Unbelievable. We're supposed to have a guest here in a couple of days that's going to come on the show and talk about this. It'll be an amazing World Cup. And here's Metta World Peace, almost 17 years in the NBA, won a championship, was an all-star defensive player of the year. It's funny when you watch the Warriors. So you played in a great Laker team, and you were in the playoffs a lot. The Warriors are different. They're a little finesse. They're right now, it's a tiny, tiny basketball team. Draymond's their big.
Yes.
You're an old school guy. When you broke into the league, there were centers, there were fights, it was physical.
Yeah.
And the Warriors are none of that. Can you still respect them?
I mean, you can respect them, but I really believe in bigs. I believe in coaching a 7-foot or 6'11" center, 6'8" to 6'10" power forward, and I do not want to lose against a smaller team.
It bothers you.
Yes, it will bother me. We cannot lose against a smaller team. It's not saying these guys are not great, but I'm saying as a coach, as a competitive coach, I don't want to lose against a smaller team.
Yeah, they are a very unique team. In fact, the way they play, they take, I like how much can Marc Gasol play in the finals? How much can Serge Ibaka play in the finals?
Well, those guys are smart. So in the last couple of years, they haven't been teaching bigs. And the bigs, they didn't understand tandem big actions. Well, Ibaka and Gasol, this is where it's going to be a problem for Golden State. These guys know how to play. They know how to go high-low. They know how to swing it, screen, roll, pop, swing all this smart basketball. These guys know.
Well, Toronto's got veterans. Do you think they make it a captivating final? Do you think it's good?
I think it comes down to the big three of Clay, Draymond, and Curry.
Yeah.
How do you forget that? Against the big three on defense, Kawhi, Ibaka, and Gasol. Now, I'm not discrediting Siakam, but I'm saying these other three guys been there, and I think whoever plays that side of the ball better is going to come out on top.
Well, I said this about Kawhi Leonard. He does remind me, not personality-wise,
right,
but he's got Jordan's hands.
Okay.
He's got his leanness.
Okay.
He's got a mid-range game. Mm-hmm. There are times I watch him. Now, if you gave me Kobe's personality and flair,
right,
in Kawhi's body, because I always felt Kobe was the closest thing to MJ.
Right.
But Kawhi's got these claws that half the time he goes to the basket, and it's an advantage.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Do you see weaknesses with Kawhi? Like, do you see a little Michael Jordan with him?
I don't see any weaknesses with Kawhi, and I do not see Michael Jordan. I don't know.
What do you see?
I mean, I see just an amazing player, a better version of Pippen. I don't see Jordan. Jordan has shake, right, left, fade away. He has so much charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Fashion. Jordan was just, I don't see that in Kawhi.
You see a grinder.
I see a grinder, efficiency, a Hall of Famer, all that stuff.
So I want to move into the Lakers situation because you and Kobe have a good relationship, and Rob Pelinka is Kobe's agent for years. So you saw a lot of Pelinka when you were a Laker.
Of course,
he was all over the place.
Of course,
Rob's getting clobbered.
He's getting
clobbered by the media, and
he's getting clobbered worse than Jamie from the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that show, but there's some reference there that everybody but me gets.
He's getting clobbered.
Okay, so I've said this before.
He's getting clobbered worse than me at the brawl when the guy hit me with the cup.
Oh, that's bad. So
I love Rob. I feel bad.
So Rob.
I know Rob.
Is some of the criticism fair? What do you make of backstabbing Magic and he's over his head? When's the last time you texted him? I
feel bad for Magic, Rob, Janie, because I'm a Laker. Although I play for other teams that I love, I'm a Laker guy, and I feel bad how everything came out. I know Magic. I see Magic at the gym. I text with Gene. I used to get breakfast every Sunday with Dr. Buss. When I play, me and Rob talks about offensive a lot. We talk about offensive sets and things when he first got the job. We talk about basketball, so I feel bad all across the board.
Who's running the organization, do you think, now?
Jeannie. She's the boss.
So Jeannie.
It's her team. It's her team.
But you do sense a little chaos. I mean,
I sense that when you make investments, sometimes those investments don't work. If you look at the biggest VC funds out there, they'll invest in 10 things. That one investment that they made hits. The guys that invested $25,000 in Uber 9 years ago, now it's $124 million.
Right.
I know guys invested $200,000 worth $1 billion. You got to give these investments time. Jeannie is making investments. She's only been the boss for 3 years. What about the other male owners that's been running teams for 20 years? she's getting clobbered worse than all these other owners. Give her some time to see a return on her investments.
How do you think this all sits with LeBron? Because, it's funny.
LeBron is on social media having a great time.
I was going to say, it's interesting that, I always thought LeBron had his hands and meddled with everything, which I get when you're the best player in the world.
Right, you should.
I didn't have a problem if Kobe had opinions with what the Lakers were bringing in.
Right.
But it does feel like LeBron this year is kind of just let everybody do their thing. He's doing his business. He's kind of distanced himself from this mess.
I'll tell you what LeBron is thinking.
What?
This is too much chaos, and it's a process. LeBron is not thinking about what's happening in the media. Whatever LeBron does today is not going to fast forward the season for next year. LeBron should continue doing what he's doing. This year, they would have been fourth in the playoffs.
Right.
Next year, they should finish second or third. That's what I think.
If you land a free agent.
If they land a free agent, guys get better. They should be second or third, and we'll forget about this.
Now, you don't have any responsibility as a journalist like we do.
I don't.
So you don't, which is great, which I can bring you on, and I can just say, okay, what are players in the league saying about who's going to come to the Lakers? I don't care if it's a total innuendo or rumor. I don't care if you're wrong. You text guys all the time. I'll give you a player. What are guys saying about Jimmy Butler?
I'm hearing that Jimmy Butler, what I'm hearing, because I'm not locked in, but I'm hearing Jimmy Butler to LA.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing Butler is the most likely Laker.
And I don't know anything. I'm not in the front office.
That's right.
I don't have these conversations.
That's right.
Yet.
You are free and clear to say anything.
Free and clear.
Okay.
Not to say anything.
Okay, let's talk about Kevin Durant. What are you hearing?
New York.
Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the same thing.
Yeah. I think that he needs to win away from Golden State. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair.
Why? Because his legacy is attached to Curry. And I'm not sure if he wants to continue that.
Right.
Why not? Getting 5 rings. Or I'm not sure if he wants to show, I can win a ring.
Right. What are you hearing about Kyrie?
I'm hearing, I'm reading the articles, so I'm hearing, is he Batman? Is he Robin? Can he carry a team? I think he's definitely a good player. I think he needs another star next to him.
Yes. Like
LeBron. He is a winner. He proved that he's a winner with that shot he hit on Curry in the finals.
It's funny. I think Kyrie's the most perplexing, but I could make an argument Kyrie's personality is the hardest to figure out. He's a different cat.
I think he's young. He made some mistakes. He talked about Boston, reached out to LeBron. And I think when you're a young player, it's never going to be perfect. And that's what we can't expect these guys to be perfect. I won't, because I know I wasn't a perfect player when I played.
How old are you now?
I'm 39.
Okay. Go back to when you were 28 years old. Where were you? You were in Indiana.
I was in Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you squirrely? What were you like?
At that time, I was evolving as a person. I was becoming a better teammate, becoming more of a winner, and I was becoming more level. At that time, you're starting to become a vet, a pro at that age.
Were you a good practice player? Did you put the time in?
I was always in practice.
Okay.
Yeah,
then you went to Indiana. Yeah. Now you're 30.
No, I was in Indiana first. I was
then 20. Went to Houston.
Then went to Sacramento for 3 years. Then Houston. Then the Lakers.
When you came to the Lakers, your reputation was, boy, Ron Metta, boy, he's out there.
Yeah.
But you were actually very dependable. Yeah. You actually won Game 7 in the championship. Kobe struggled. You were great. It's funny how you evolved. Your reputation early was, boy, this guy is combustible. He'll get enough.
I was.
And you were.
I was crazy.
But you really grew up. And so to your point, I guess, is we got to remember these are kids in their 20s.
These are rich. I'm not going to say brats because like us, we didn't grow up with money.
Yeah.
But after a while, when you're making that much money over time, it's like, yeah, I am rich. I do what I want.
Sure.
I'm not saying everybody takes that approach. Look at Kawhi Leonard, very humble guy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, things might change a little bit. You're living a great life.
No kidding. Since I started making money here, I don't even talk to people. I don't even have interest talking to Goulet over there. Metta, it's great seeing you. By the way, Quiet Storm, the Ron Artest story, premieres this Friday night, 10 Eastern Pacific on Showtime. By the way, I watch Showtime all the time. Billions is a great show. If you ever want to watch a great show, watch Billions. Quiet Storm. This is your story from childhood on.
Yeah, Bleacher Report and Johnny Sweet, those guys reached out to me and said they want to do a story. I didn't want to do it, but it turned out amazing.
Did it?
I have no arguments. Artest Media Group, we got a production credit on the actual documentary, so I'm happy about that.
When you look back at your life, and it was, from what I've read, it's chaotic early.
Yeah.
When you look back at your life, are you sad? Are you thankful? How do you view your life? Looking back on it now with all your success.
Well, I just hate the fact that I don't have an MVP. I don't have more All-Star appearances and a more Defensive Player of the Years. I was 13 All-NBA when I was 23 years old. All these awards I got, I was 23 and 24. You know, so with my